corner of Cave Creek and the 101, Upper Crust offers great specials, including Tuesday $11 large one-topping pizzas, Wednesday half-off bottles of wine, and happy hour 4 to 7 every day. Check it out for yourself, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101.
And now, live from the KFNX studios in beautiful downtown Phoenix, it's Pain Management Arizona with Bob Miller. Good morning. I am Bob Miller. I'm a licensed massage therapist and trigger point specialist. I'm here with you every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock because I want to kind of get the word out about some pain management issues. That's why the show is called Pain Management Arizona, which it's not even really right to say pain management. It's more like pain elimination without medication. And what I do is neuromuscular trigger point therapy. So if people have conditions like headaches, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatic pain, I don't do regular massage. I actually do trigger point therapy, which trigger point therapy is finding where the knots are in the muscle that are pressing against the nerve that's causing you to feel the pain in the area you're feeling the pain, which normally the spot that you have the knots in the muscle is not where you're going to be feeling the pain. It's somewhere farther down the nerve path, such as if you get migraine headaches or regular headaches on a regular basis, 2 or 3 or more times a week, it's normally going to be in your neck and shoulder area that you've got knots in the muscle that are on the nerve. If you've got pain in the center of your low back, it's going to be closer along heading towards the hip, somewhere in that area under the gluteus maximus that's on that sciatic nerve that's causing your low back pain or hip pain or leg pain. And that's what I specialize in. I find where the problem is and I relieve it. Like, if you go into a doctor's office and you tell them you have symptoms A, B, and C, they're going to call it D, E, F, and they're going to prescribe X, Y, Z because that's what someone else has written down before them. That's what's in the books. Well, if you come to me and say I got symptoms A, B, and C, I get pictures of anatomy flashing through my head. I'm thinking, if you have this kind of pain, where are the nerves and the muscles that are correlated to that area? And then as we start the massage, I start feeling around in those areas, and I will be able to feel where these sometimes tiny, sometimes large knots are. Because when you got a large knot, that's actually a cluster of knots. It's, could be 20, 30, 50, 100 knots in a group that's wrapped around a nerve that's causing a disruption in the signal going up to your brain and, causing you pain or headaches. And I do have 2 locations here in the Valley that I can work on yet. I only charge $60 per hour right now. And that's about half of what the massage places charge. And if you go in there, you're going to get a basic Swedish massage, which, don't get me wrong, basic massage is good for you, good for your body, good for relaxation. But if you're actually looking for real pain management, you need somebody that specializes in trigger point therapy. And there's really not many out there. And so the website is painmanagementarizona.com. That's painmanagementarizona.com. Arizona is spelled all the way out. Or you can call me directly at 541-END-PAIN. ENDPAIN. 541-END-PAIN is my direct line if you wanted to get a hold of me. And I can answer your questions. I do free consultations, as well. If you want to, set up a time to come in or just talk to me on the phone, talk about what you got going on, we can get you taken care of. The 2 offices, one is in Peoria, and I'm out there, pretty much, 5 or 6 days a week. And one day I'm in Phoenix at 7th Street between Thomas and McDowell on Sundays only. You can also book online at the website, thepainmanagementarizona.com. There's a button that says click here to book it in Peoria or Phoenix. Click on there, pick the day you want to come in. If you're booking anytime Monday through Saturday, you're booking at Peoria. If you book on Sunday, you're booking in Phoenix. And what I do is an actual permanent fix, because the knots you build up in your muscles have been building up for years, many, many years, sometimes even decades. And knots really never go away on their own. Because what a knot is the muscles are made up of fibers. Well, like when you tear apart a piece of chicken or a piece of beef jerky, it comes apart in little strings. Those are muscle fibers. And when a muscle is held tight long periods of time, tightened suddenly, over tightened, or impacted, some of the fibers get stuck in the tight position. And so and it stops blood flow. So because muscle, blood can't flow through a tight muscle, it has to wait for it to relax to get blood to flow through it. And now you got these stuck fibers. So when the muscle tries to relax, it's not going to be able to fully relax because some of the fibers are stuck. And then other fibers that are healthy, that are connected to the ones that are stuck, they start getting stuck too because they can't relax either because they're connected to the ones that are stuck. So you end up starting to build up a cluster of knots. And once that cluster of knots is up against the side of a nerve or wrapped around a nerve, it's going to interrupt the signal that's going to your brain. It's like, if you got knots in the side of your neck, that's going to be on the nerves that are coming from your hand. So if you ever experience numbness or tingling in your fingers or pain in your shoulder, that could be the knots in the side of your neck that are interrupting the signal. I tell people it's kind of like if you plug a speaker wire into something and it's not all the way plugged in and you hear a buzz or a hum over the speaker. That's the same thing that's happening with your nervous system, because your nervous system is literally the electrical system of your body. It's electricity that runs all over your body and tells things when to move, what to move, and tells you how things feel, hard, cold, hard, or soft. But when you have a interruption on that nerve, something pressing on it, then it really throws things out of whack, and the brain does not understand the signal. And one of the locations that I do work at on Sundays, I'm going to be out there all day today. I'm kind of booked up for today out there, but I do have openings next week, is Urban Wellness. It's Center for Integrative Health. It's in Phoenix on 7th Street between Thomas and McDowell. They are currently offering yoga classes. They have sunrise yoga every Monday, Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. And this one is a community class. It's free to anyone that shows up. They do appreciate donations, but there is no charge. If you wanted to try out yoga, I do personally highly recommend yoga because it is a very good stretching regimen for your body, which keeps things loosened up like the muscles and keeps things from getting knotted up. And also you could join Amanda every Monday night at 6:15 p.m. for a 75 minutes of breath and body connection. That class is a $10 drop-in, but well worth it. An amazing class and an amazing instructor, Amanda. And for more information, go to their website. That's urbanwellnessphx.com. Again, that's urbanwellnessphx.com, or search Urban Wellness on Facebook or Instagram for the special events they have going on there. That's a really amazing place to be. That's where they have a massage room the one I use on Sundays. Right after the radio show, that's where I head over to, is go on over to Urban Wellness and take care of clients over there. And I've had some really amazing successes there. I did just want to sidetrack just a little bit on, I cover a wide variety of topics, but there's been a lot of talk in the news about people dying from vaping. Unfortunately, they're not always reporting the whole story. The facts are there have been only 18 deaths attributed to vaping in the 16 years that vaping products have been on the market. And almost all of these deaths were attributed to black market vape juices, which contain THC to get a buzz and vitamin C oil, which is dangerous to put in a vaping unit. These are not vape juices that are sold in stores. And no one seems to be very concerned that 450,000 Americans die every year from smoking-related illnesses. That breaks down to 50 people every hour die from cigarettes. So, 25 people die from cigarettes in the time it takes me to do my show here, on the air. And vaping has got tens of millions of people to kick the cigarette habit. The only people that are benefiting from the exaggerated bad press about vaping and the bans on vaping are the tobacco companies. So, it's good to do your research and find out what's really going on. But I think a lot of that's the tobacco companies that are really trying to hype this up even more than it really is, because they're losing billions of dollars because so many Americans are quitting smoking now because they're switching to vaping and then getting completely off of it. But again, my services are only $60 per hour. That's, again, about half the price of a standard massage, just a Swedish nicey nice massage you're going to find at places like, I call them the fast food chains of massage, Massage Envy, Elements, Hand and Stone. My skill set is basically created from a mixture of several different modalities. When I got done with massage school, I was got my fingerprint card and was waiting for the state of Arizona to give me my license, which took about 2 months. You know how government works. I continued to study the anatomy of the body, the nervous system, plus I studied all the other modalities. I studied acupuncture, acupressure, shiatsu, Thai massage, lomi lomi, just to see what they had been trying to do for thousands of years. Because, acupuncture, they found acupuncture tools that from 5,000 years ago. The current maps for acupuncture that they still use today were drawn up 3,000 years ago. And the maps of the body for acupuncture and shiatsu and Thai massage and all these things, they didn't know what a nervous system was back then. They didn't know what a nervous system was till very recently in historical terms. And they will call things such as meridians of the body, the energy lines of the body. And if you take the map of the energy lines of the body or the meridians of the body and you compare it to a modern diagram of our human nervous system, you're going to see some startling similarities. So by guess and by golly, they were discovering the nervous system, all that, millennia ago, but they didn't know what it was. And I can look at an acupuncture chart and it'll say stab needles here and here and here for headaches. And I'm looking at it saying, okay, that's the upper trapezius where people commonly get knots that are pressing on the accessory nerve that it's intervening with the trigeminal and facial nerves that's causing a headache behind the eye. And so with massage techniques and trigger point techniques that are very gentle, no needles, no meds, no grinding of elbows into anybody, I can get all these knots to release because I can feel them with my fingertips when I'm feeling around in the fibers of the muscle. Like I said, some people have huge knots. They start out, when I find them, they're the size of a grape or a walnut. But then there's other ones that are very subtle. They're like only the size of a grain of rice or smaller. And I can find these knots, release these knots, restore blood flow, get the old blood to go out because I'm not forcing anything. I'm just convincing the muscle to release it and giving it a little bit of an assist to release that old dead blood that's been trapped in there for oftentimes decades, because the knots never go away on their own. And I've had people that could tell me exactly when this pain started. Their shoulder pain or their back pain started 30 or 40 years ago. They could tell me the incident that happened or the occupation they had. And, normally 1 hour on the table. I can't get everybody fixed in just a one session thing, but you will feel 100 times better after just one session. It's part of my problem with my profession, the way I do things, because I have good ethics. I don't tell people they need to keep coming back if they don't. I had a client complain they went to a chiropractor and hadn't even gotten adjusted yet. And they already told her, oh, you need 35 visits. It's a package. It's $1,200. And they hadn't even adjusted her or even checked her out. And I tell people, see how you feel. If you're feeling better and you think you could, have a little more work done, go ahead and make another appointment. Come on in to see me. But I do have a lot of people that only see me once and then they're fixed and they don't come back, or they'll come back 6 months later because they injured something different. Excuse me. I just did have a gentleman that came in recently and I recognized the name. And so I went into my files, found his file, and he had come in to see me twice, like 6 months ago or 6 months previous to that appointment. And it was for pain in his left hip. And I got him fixed up and I didn't see him again for 6 months. He came in, I asked him, did your hip start bothering you again? He says, oh no, I jumped over a wall and I hurt my back. And so I had to work on him one more time, fix up his back. And then I didn't hear from him for another 3 months. He came back in again. And I said, oh, how you doing today? He goes, oh, I'm good, except I messed up my shoulder. So everything I had fixed on him had stayed fixed. But new things had cropped up. And Um, he came back. He knew where to go. It's kind of like at a body shop. If you run into the garbage can again, scratch a car, you take it in, get it fixed. But the show is also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you ever want to let somebody know to look up some of the older shows, or if you want to have them hear what I've got to say about pain, it's the Pain Management Arizona at Facebook and Pain Management Arizona on YouTube. I've got shows going all the way back to the beginning of when I started a little over a year ago on the radio. And again, the website is painmanagementarizona.com. You go on there. You can click on the booking site or click on more information to go to my main site, get a lot more information, see all the prices. And there are occasionally discount coupons on there so you can get a better price. Right now, I think I have a $10 off coupons for your first visit. So the first time you come in, instead of $60, it's only $50, which again is less than half of what they're charging at the massage places. And you're not going to get the pain relief because I have a 98% success rate in getting rid of pain, shoulder pain, back pain, hip pain, knee pain, tingling in the fingers, sometimes numbness in the feet I can relieve, and especially headaches and migraines. I can make them go away. The medical world wants to give you medications that are often dangerous and very seldom effective. The migraine medications currently that they're giving out the most, they have basically 10% of the people will get 50% reduction in migraines. That's not good odds. I have 98% of the people that come to me with migraines, that their migraines go away and don't come back because we've eliminated the problem. We're not masking the symptoms. We've eliminated the problem. And that's why people pay $700 a month for this medication and they're not getting it. But again, 541 End Pain is the phone number. 541 End Pain. Easy to remember. PainManagementArizona.com is the website. Plus, Pain Management Arizona is also the Facebook and YouTube page if you want to find out more information or recommend it to a friend, because everybody knows somebody that either has pain or headaches, or they themselves have pain or headaches. And I do also wanted to mention Sonoran Life Solutions. The place I'm at most of the time, that's where most people want to book me, is out there. And it's not a very far drive from Phoenix. It's about 94th Drive and Thunderbird. It's just 1 mile off the 101 freeway, really easy drive. And Sonoran Life Solutions is a counseling office. Sometimes we all just need somebody to talk to about what's going on in our lives and help us sort things out. The experienced and knowledgeable counselors at Sonoran Life Solutions are here for you. They have individual, group, and family counseling. Most insurance is accepted, and they have the most affordable self-pay in the Valley. 2 beautiful offices in Peoria and Goodyear. You can visit the website at SonoranLifeSolutions.com or call 623-974-3333. Again, that's 623-974-3333, SonoranLifeSolutions.com. Sonoran Life Solutions to clear your mind's pollutions. I like that. And as I said, I can take appointments pretty much anywhere from 6, normally 8 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m. if somebody really needs to get in to see me before they go on to work. And as late as 8 o'clock at night. I have a lot of flexibility. I'm a one-man operation. I have not met anyone yet else who can do trigger point the way I do trigger point as effectively. Eventually, I am the business is building up exponentially, so I will be opening a location with several massage room and have employees, but I'm going to have to train them all on how to do this technique I've developed, because I do not want to have a massage studio like those fast food places of massage, I call them. I want to have a pain management center, a pain elimination center. That's why my business name is Pain Management Arizona, because that's what I do. I don't Very rarely do I do just the feel good massage. I do not do aromatherapy. I do not do hot stones. Well, let me retract that. Occasionally, I will do a little bit of aromatherapy because somebody likes the smell of lavender or eucalyptus, but I don't charge you $20 for it. That's what all those other massage places, they charge you $20 for like 6 drops of this essential oil stuff. If if a client says they like it, it's like, oh, here, put some on my hands, rub it on your shoulders, you'll smell it, smell good. And it's like, it's just good customer service. I don't charge them anything for it. But that's where I differ from the big chains. I believe in customer service. I believe in helping people. I don't try to tell people they need to come back if they don't. If I can get you fixed up in one session, that is one of the greatest joys in my life, is to get somebody's total, pain to go totally away. And headaches and migraines are one that normally only take one session. There's a few people that, might take a couple sessions. And depending on your occupation, if you have an occupation where you're using your body in weird ways, such as hairdressers, they've always got their arms up at shoulder level while they're doing somebody's hair. I have a dentist that sees me all the time because he's bent with his back twisted and his neck down. And if you use your cell phone a lot, which most of us do, cell phones are going to keep me in business the rest of my life because everybody's staring down at their cell phone. I don't tell people not to use their cell phone. I say use it all you want, but hold it around shoulder level. That way you're looking down at it with your eyes and not your neck. Because once you start looking down a little bit, gravity's grabbing onto your face and trying to pull your head down. And then all the muscles on the back of your neck and your shoulders have to stay flexed to resist the pull of gravity. But if you're holding your phone at shoulder level, you're looking down at it with your eyes, you're not bending your head forward, and you're not going to end up getting headaches and tension in your neck and shoulders. And that's another thing I do. I teach people stretches specifically designed to help with their condition. I teach neck stretches, piriformis stretches, which is the muscle around the hip under the gluteus maximus that's going to cause your back pain, so you can prevent getting these types of strains. And do remember to drink lots of water. Forget the 8 glasses of water thing. That's ridiculous. It's half your body weight in ounces per day. And that's minimum. That's if you're in the air conditioning all day, not getting a lot of physical activity, not going out in the heat. Drink at least half your body weight in ounces a day to keep properly hydrated. Because if you get underhydrated, then your muscles don't have the lubrication they need to have the little fibers slide back and forth across each other. And they are much more likely to get knots in them. And stretching is great. Go to my website. You go to the painmanagementarizona.com, or you can just go to stretchinginfo.com, and that takes you right to my stretching charts page on my main website. Got a ton of great stretching charts, and look at the stretches. And anytime you do stretching, exercise, yoga, anything, never go to the point where it hurts. Stretching is stretching. Pain is your body telling you stop, you're injuring yourself. So if you're doing a stretch or an exercise and it starts to hurt, back up a little bit to where it didn't hurt, hold it there, and then go back to the neutral position, try it again. No pain, no gain, and feel the burn are 2 of the worst pieces of advice ever given. But again, I am almost done here, so I want to give you my contact information again. Pass on to a loved one, friend, coworker, if you know they have pain or headaches. painmanagementarizona.com. You got to type it directly in, just like that, painmanagementarizona.com. No spaces, Arizona spelled all the way out. And that will get you to my website, or call me directly at 541-END-PAIN. 541-END-PAIN. That gets you directly to me. If you just want a free consultation, want to chat about what's going on with you, see if we could help, or see if I could help. And again, 2 locations, one in Peoria most of the week, and one in Phoenix on Sundays, only $60 per hour. And amazing results, lasting results, permanent results. We get the pain to go away. You're not worried about it anymore. You can re-injure it again, but I try to help you and not do that again too. Again, painmanagementarizona.com, and phone number 541-END-PAIN. 541-END-PAIN. I'll be back with you next week. Also look for me on Facebook and YouTube at Pain Management Arizona. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Visit us online at 1100kfnx.com. Arizona's only independent voice. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
President Trump has ordered most of the remaining U.S. forces out of northern Syria as Turkish troops continue to advance. Correspondent Nick Payton-Walsh.
I hear from a U.S. official that security is deteriorating very fast there. They're in fact saying that some of those Syrian rebels backed by Turkey have changed uniforms and are now disguising themselves as Syrian Kurds.